Hi, Tom Trento here in front of the Ground Zero Mosque in New York City. But today we're bringing you an investigative report about a mosque in Florida that is raising money for Hamas. You're not going to believe what you're about to see. Send this video all over the United States, please.
Real quick, just give somebody a starting point on the Muslim Brotherhood, if you don't know who the Muslim Brotherhood is.
Muslim Brotherhood started in 1920 in Egypt, thereabouts, and its main effort is to restore the caliphate through stealthy means in the West. It is very much present here. In fact, virtually any Muslim American organization in this country of any prominence is a Muslim Brotherhood front. We know that from the Holy Land Foundation trial in Dallas, Texas, and unfortunately this network, like every other, is bringing them forward as the spokesman for the Muslim American community. They shouldn't be any more than the president should be reaching out to them, utilizing them, I should say, as his go-to people.
On June 14, 2009, a special investigative unit infiltrated the al-Rahman Mosque in Orlando, Florida, a Muslim Brotherhood, founder of Hamas front organization. What they uncovered was an international conspiracy to fund Islamic terrorism from within the United States via George Galloway, Imam Mahdi Bray, and Imam Mahdi Bray. 1 year later, federal, state, and local authorities have granted permission to release the video.
North American Islamic Trust, NATE, has close ties, we know that, to several Islamic centers in the United States. One specific, Islamic Society of Central Florida, with the Imam Mahdi Bray. They are a terrorist organization. The people of Florida should be very concerned because NATE has its hands in with CARE, ISNA, the Muslim Brotherhood, and they do support violence against innocent people.
A federal judge denied the motion by NATE and ISNA attorneys to have their names removed from being co-conspirators in funding Hamas and other terrorist organizations. The motion of federal prosecutors was upheld, stating ISNA and NATE in fact shared more with the Holy Land Foundation than just a parent organization. They were intimately connected with the Holy Land Foundation and its assigned task of providing financial support for Hamas, a U.S., Canadian, and European designated terrorist organization. The defendants were operating in concert with a host of individuals and organizations dedicated to sustaining and furthering the Hamas movement. The objective of the conspiracy was to support Hamas. The support will have shown to have taken several forms, including raising money, propaganda, proselytizing, recruiting, as well as many other types of actions intended to continue to promote and move forward Hamas's agenda of the destruction of the State of Israel and the establishment of an Islamic State in its place.
I have been labeled by the media in New York to be a supporter of Hamas. Anybody support this Hamas here? Anybody is a supporter of Hamas here? Anybody is a supporter of Hamas here? We are all supporters of Hamas. Allahu Akbar. Anybody supports Hezbollah here? Anybody supports Hezbollah here? Takbir! Takbir!
And you spoke in Northern Virginia, and I took you up on the challenge. You said we want to send over, Brother George said, let's send a convoy with the U.S. flag. Well, we've got the equipment. We're going to send it, inshallah. We're going to go with your movement. These are Palestinians shipping from here from Florida to New York, and from New York to Egypt, and from Egypt, we'll put it into Gaza, inshallah, God willing. You should have no ambiguity here. You have to make sure that you're really plain about what your mission is here. I came to raise money for this particular affair. Who will give, pledge, donate, raise, commit tonight for $10,000? Who will it be? Takbir! 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 That's good. Alhamdulillah, we have two. made payable to MAS, M-A-S, Freedom. And also we're 501c3. The brother wanted me to let you know that your donation is tax deductible. Okay? Your donation is tax deductible. I'll say it one more time. Your donation is tax deductible.
Whatever we brought, we will give tomorrow, inshallah, at 10 o'clock in the morning. We will give all our vehicles, our keys, our aid, our money to Ismail Haniyeh, the elected Prime Minister of Palestine. I personally am about to break the sanctions on the elected government of Palestine. We are giving this money now to the government of Palestine. And if I could, I would give them 10 times, 100 times more.
We can choose who we want to bring into this country and who has permission to come in here. They have chosen not to allow a man like George Galloway who spends his time pimping really for terrorism, and it's absolutely inappropriate.
People who support terrorist organizations financially are inadmissible to Canada. This was the conclusion of our Canadian Border Security Agency officials.
How did he do that? How did he support?
I'll tell you. When they looked at what he's done, they ruled that on a preliminary basis, they made a preliminary ruling that he is inadmissible under our law because of his support for, in this particular instance, Hamas.
Please give a big hand to George Galloway.
This is a turning point in the United States of America. That this is a change in the United States of America. And our adversaries know that too. You've only got to listen to Fox News and Bill O'Reilly. My goodness, they're getting hot under the collar about President Barack Hussein Obama. And if our adversaries are unhappy about Barack Hussein Obama, seems to be axiomatic. He must be doing something right. In the elections in Iran, 40 million people voted. We don't like the results. Therefore, we must maintain a posture of hostility towards the government of Iran. Hugo Chavez has won more elections than any politician in the world, in all history, in fact. 13 times he's won elections, but they still call him a dictator. And of course, the same is true in Gaza. One of my best friends is Comandante Fidel Castro. So there's nothing anti-American about me or people like me. Just because we hated George W. Bush didn't mean we hated the Americans or the United States of America. He had the alibi that he was an imbecile. President Obama has no such alibi. He may be the smartest president you ever had. So he knows the truth. He knows the importance of changing the paradigm where the United States bankrolls every tyranny, where the United States supplies every rocket, bomb, airplane, rifle and bullet that causes the misery to the Palestinian people that we shall discuss. He knows that he has to change that paradigm. I believe that President Obama can see that clearly. Now the United States has a chance to be loved in the world, has a chance to be a global citizen of honor in the world. Barack Obama is the most popular politician in the whole world. Now is the time. Here is the place. It's not now when. It's not under Obama when will this paradigm shift. And we have to give this. Some of my friends have to give this money to charities because they need receipts and it's not practical to do it here. There's more money coming in for my friends. Here is the money. This is not charity. This is not charity. This is not charity. This is politics.
On June 14, 2009, over $55,000 in tax-deductible contributions were collected by Mahdi Bray at the al-Rahman Mosque in Orlando, Florida, and given to George Galloway, admitted terrorist fundraiser who is banned from entering Canada. On July 16, 2009, Mass Freedom claims that a container of medical supplies was delivered to Gaza. May 31, 2010, former domestic terrorist group Weather Underground leaders Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn, along with Jody Evans of Code Pink, ally with George Galloway in breaking the UN-sanctioned Gaza blockade. The Free Gaza movement climaxed in a violent clash with Israeli defense forces, resulting in the deaths of both Muslim and Jewish peoples.
Today, we are all Hamas! Today, we are all Hamas! Today, we are all Hamas!
Letter from Brad Sherman, U.S. House of Representatives, Democrat, 27th District, California, to Attorney General Eric Holder. As chairman of the Subcommittee on Terrorism, Nonproliferation, and Trade, it has been brought to my attention that an organization known as Viva Palestina USA, headed by Mr. George Galloway, may be soliciting funds for Hamas, a designated foreign terrorist organization. Clearly, this allegation is most serious, and I request that you investigate it immediately.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you and welcome to Islam. I'm Imam Mahdi Bray and Ramadan Mubarak. Allah be praised, He has ordained for us in the month of fasting special prayers and special forms of charity. But the best form of charity is zakat, the second pillar of Islam. Zakat is best to be spent out during the month of Ramadan to multiply the reward that we receive. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained this financial obligation on all Muslims who attain certain level of wealth in order to bring equality in the society.